Hey guys, welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video. It is NFL for Week 15. If you're listening or watching this video, hopefully you've been doing well. Some of you are going to be in your playoffs for fantasy football, and some are just here for DFS. So this can really help both groups of people. So we're going to go over a bunch of things. This might be a longer video than what you're used to. I really don't know how long this will be, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover everything. So I'm going to cover the current Vegas lines, and yes, they obviously will change throughout the week. I'm going to cover, go ahead and cover just anything that you guys can think of. So we're going to go over the positions. So we have our rankings out. The rankings went out today on the website. QBs, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and defense rankings. Now these are more skewed towards DFS, but you definitely can use them for season-long fantasy as well. But they're more skewed because of the salary and just everything that goes in with Fanduel and DraftKings, and just they can be used other places. So again, the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Going into that, a lot of great information coming your way. So sit back, get a paper, pen, get whatever you need. I do want to show you the Facebook page. We did just launch a new Facebook page here. It's facebook.com, and I'll click on it right now, but it's facebook.com/FantasyTeamAdvisors22. I couldn't get any other username. Everything else was taken. So Fantasy Team Advisors 22 is the @ on Facebook. Please give it a follow. Please give it a like. The title is FTA, Fantasy Sports Advice and Analysis. So with this, every 100 likes and followers we get here on the Facebook page, we're going to throw those names into a random generator, and one lucky person is going to win a free month of service from FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. That being said, we are also getting excited for the just everything that's happening. So we are a week away from NBA starting. Hopefully everything goes well with COVID and everything. So we'll have a full season of NBA, crossing our fingers actually. Usually starts in October, but with everything, obviously we know it is December, but we are a week away from NBA. We've been kind of dabbling with, preseason, but it's just not the same. So we're a week away from there. I'm working on an MMA article right now for this Saturday, and we want to offer you guys a deal. So if you email me right now, the first 10 people that email me, support@FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, and put in the subject line that you would like a year pass. So I'm going to give you guys a year pass for $99. That'll include every single sport we do. A year pass, 365 days of content for $99. You save $300. Email me right now. That content includes the rest of this NFL season, the first 15 weeks of next year's NFL season, as long as it starts on time, the entire 2021 MLB season, the entire 2020-2021 NBA season, PGA we've got going on, NASCAR when NASCAR comes back, and MMA as well. So a lot of information. If you guys are interested, $300 off. First 10 people email me right now, support@FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. That being said, just kind of want to look at the Vegas lines real quick. Now, this is the 1 week where we're really excited because it's before Christmas. There's usually no college football at this time being played on this weekend. So we have a Thursday game. Then we have 2 Saturday games, which we're super excited about. So FanDuel and DraftKings will both they have Thursday through Monday lineups, then they have Thursday through Saturday lineups. So on the website, we'll throw a Thursday through Saturday lineup out there for you guys. That'll be part of it. If this video gets 30 likes, we'll put out a FanDuel and DraftKings GPP lineup. We'll pin it in the comment section. You got until Sunday morning to get 30 likes on this video, which I think you guys can do. So definitely click the like button on this video and subscribe. Then we've got a full slate on Sunday. Then we have a Monday night game. So 4 days for Week 15 for football. I'm super excited. Let's dig into it now. These numbers, these over-unders, and these spreads are what are current as of, I think, 30 minutes before I started this video. They will change. That is definitely something you need to do. If you guys are into sports betting as well, we do sports betting content as well. That is a different, separate package on the outside of DFS. But if you guys are interested, email me and we'll talk about it. Or the prices are, you can find them, fantasyteamadvisors.com. Fantasy FTA Plus is where it's at. So just looking at the first game, we got Chargers at the Raiders. As of right now, the Raiders are a 3.5 point favorite, but news broke before this video that 4 defensive players for the Raiders are out. We have a 53 over under here. The Raiders being a 3.5 point favorite. I could see this swinging to the Chargers here. So just kind of waiting on this news. I do think this kind of could be like what we just saw on Monday Night Football. It could be a shootout, which I really like. So as of right now, I'm really digging this 53 over under. I think it could go up though, just because of the defensive players are out. We'll continue to monitor that situation going forward. But that's what we've got for Thursday night. And then you can see, guys, this might be one of the highest projected scoring weeks of this entire season. A ton of games over 50, so we're super excited about that. Super excited for Saturday. This kind of gives me the feel. It gives me the feel of like Thanksgiving, because we had the Thanksgiving slate, and well, we had 2 games instead of 3 because of COVID. But knock on wood, hopefully everything is good right now. But first game here, Bills at the Broncos. You've got Buffalo at 6.5 point favorite. We saw the Broncos really come out swinging in Week 14. I think they could do it again. I think Drew Lock is in store for a game. I think this could hit the over here. Buffalo, as of right now, 6.5 point favorites. We got the Panthers at the Packers, night game. In December, it's going to get cold. Carolina's not used to this cold, so we definitely could watch this. But as of right now, 51 over under. Green Bay is an 8.5 point favorite. So we move to Sunday. First game, Bucks at Falcons. Bucks are 5.5 point favorite, 51.5 over under. Just depends. I really like the Bucks here though. Julio, as of right now, is a question mark. I don't see why they would push Julio out there. Just continue to get hurt. They're not going anywhere this season. 49ers at the Cowboys. As of right now, 49ers 2.5 point favorites, 45.5 over under there. Lions at the Titans. Titans are a 10.5 point favorite, 51.5 over under there. As of right now, I don't believe Stafford will play. I think it'll be Chase Daniel, and then they just signed from the practice squad Jordan Teamo. And if you guys were with us or you watched XFL this spring, he wasn't a bad quarterback in the XFL. So they do have some exposure there, but I do think, obviously the 10.5 is easy if Stafford's out. But even if he's in, I think it's very doubtful. He's got some rib issues or thumb. He's got some issues. I don't see why they'd push him out there. Next, Texans at the Colts. Colts are 7.5 point favorite, 50.5 over under. Patriots at the Dolphins. It's crazy to see. It's week 15. You're seeing the Dolphins being a 2 point favorite over the Patriots. It's just crazy to see, but they've really flopped. I love when Cam he can talk so much shit, but he cannot be. If anyone talks it to him, he cries basically. Just been looking terrible. Yeah, he's going to get you those rushing touchdowns, but it's not helping the team specifically. I'm looking away because the Dolphins defense has been amazing this year. Just phenomenal. I think it was something crazy, like they have a turnover or interception in every single game this season or something like that, which is nuts. Definitely could see that again with the lack of wide receiver depth that goes out there for the Patriots on any given Sunday. Next game, Bears at the Vikings. Vikings being a 3.5 point favorite, 46.5 over under. I really like the Bears in this one. Trubisky's really turned it around. As long as Robinson is in, as long as everyone's healthy, Jimmy Graham is dominating. I love a Bears stack this week. Vikings, I don't know. Something is pulling me towards the Bears right now. Will that change during the week? leading up until Sunday. I mean, obviously it could, but that's just what I'm looking at as of right now. Seahawks at Washington. It's looking like Alex Smith will be out this week. He did not practice on Wednesday. Obviously, they've got Thursday, Friday to practice. But the Seahawks, 5.5-point favorite, 44.5 over/under. I just see the Seahawks dominating this one, even though Washington's defense has been very good this season. Jaguars at the Ravens. Baltimore's a 13.5-point favorite, 46.5 over/under, which is crazy. Meaning, if you're running out, Baltimore, you could. Lamar is one of those quarterbacks you can run out there naked, and you do not need to pair him up with anyone because he can get you those 2 rushing touchdowns on his own. So that's definitely what I'm looking at. I'm looking at. I absolutely love in our rankings. You'll see that we have Lamar number 1 quarterback this week. Eagles at the Cardinals. You've got Jalen Hurts making his second start of the season against the Cardinals. Opening up right here, Arizona is 6.5-point favorites. And a 48.5 over/under. So not the worst over/under, but also not the best this week. But you could look at this game. There are some exposures here that I will be having. Chiefs at the Saints. News came out just prior to this that Drew Brees is practicing. Whether or not he's going to be starting this game, I don't know. If he is, it could be a shootout here. Chiefs, I mean, they didn't cover against the Dolphins last week. Screwed me over on a 4-leg parlay, but that's neither here nor there. But Chiefs at the Saints, Kansas City, 2.5-point favorite. I could see this being like a 2 or 1-point favorite if Drew Brees is actually in. 50.5 over/under. I could probably hit the over there, especially if Brees is in this week. Then we got Browns at Giants for Sunday Night Football. Beginning of the season, who would have thought this would be a game you'd like to see? It's sounding more and more like Colt McCoy will most likely be starting this game because Daniel Jones, I think it's so he had the hamstring issue and then he got an ankle issue in last week's game. So I'm looking at this. Cleveland 4.5-point favorite, 45.5 over/under. I think Browns come out. Baker looked amazing on Monday Night Football. I think he comes out with a vengeance here. And then Monday Night Football, we've got Steelers at the Bengals. Pittsburgh is a 12.5-point favorite, 40.5 over/under. Steelers are coming off back-to-back losses, the only 2 losses of the season. That could be in store for play here. So we'll see about this, but there are a ton of great games, great lineups we can build, and hopefully we help build them for you as well. So, I mean, you can check out the matchup tool. So with the matchup tool, we do all the work for you. So it's on the website. It's probably best to, when you go to fantasyteamadvisor.com, you go over to NFL, hover over matchup tool and click it. It'll bring you right here, and then go down here and expand it. So it's your full screen. You can find it right here. So what we've done is you guys are actually able to sort and edit if you want. It will not save, but if you are ones that like to build your own, or you're ones that like to write stuff down like I do, this is very helpful for you. So we have it currently sorted by the teams that give up the most amount of fantasy points to the opposing whatever position it is. So in this sense, this is for QBs. So you can see the Falcons are giving up an average of 23.07 fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. In that sense, it's Tom Brady and the Bucs, while the Bucs, which has been Tom Brady all season, are averaging about 20.1 fantasy points per game this season. And then we've broken down pretty much any stat you guys need to see right here. So you can see Brady 13 games, 322 completions, 497 attempts, 64.8 completion percentage, almost 3,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 16 sacks, 5 rushing yards. He's got 5 rushing yards, but 3 rushing touchdowns, which is crazy. So all of these stats are here. I don't want to go through it in this video because, I mean, we'd be here until kickoff on Sunday. But you can go through this entire thing. If we have to edit anything, it is a live document. So when I edit it on my side, you can refresh your page and see that it's edited there. I'm pretty sure these 2 guys are going to be out. Still waiting on that news. So we go through, and if you guys have any questions, definitely hit us up on Twitter at advisors_team. Hit us up over on Facebook. You can email me, support@fantasyteamadvisors.com. That being said, those are the quarterbacks. Then we go to the running backs. So normally what I do is I go through the entire stat list and any running back or wide receiver that plays a role in this game or plays a role pretty much game in and game out are going to be on the sheet for you. So any wide receivers that usually have over 100 yards, I'll throw them in there unless either they're hurt this week or they just haven't really done much lately. But as you can see, the Lions give up the most amount of fantasy points to running backs at almost an average of 28.85. That's Derrick Henry. We were all over Derrick Henry last week. I think this could be another huge game. In the first half of last week's game, Henry, I think, had 2 touchdowns and 180 yards before halftime. The only problem is they're 13.5-point favorites. So if Derrick Henry, he really needs to be the cog in this offense to start the game. If he can get over 100 yards again, which I think's easy for him, I think we're looking at pretty good odds here. 14 touchdowns. He's averaging 117.8 yards per game, and that's on the ground. In the air, he's averaging only about 8.4 yards a game. So not much in the air, but as you can see, 75 first downs. If they get super far ahead and you want to get a little contrarian with your lineups, you could definitely look at Jeremy McNichols. He has been coming in and vulturing a couple of touchdowns, but I mean, Derrick Henry, he's super expensive, but he's in a fantastic spot. I mean, second up, Houston gives up second most, damn near just as much as first. Jonathan Taylor has been absolutely dominating, had a huge game last week, and you can see we've got 3 running backs there, 3 for the Chargers, depends who's in or out. The Ravens. Now, this doesn't mean this is the only. These are the only players we like. Like you can go through and you can find the Edwards-Helaire or P. Ryan that could have a good game, and the Steelers, are second best at the run. It's just it really depends. But I wanted to. This is a great visual, not hidden behind a paywall. You can find all of these stats online, but I don't think you can find them like in a sheet like this that's free. And this is completely free for you. If you guys would share this, go to the site, go check this out. This helps me out a ton. And usually I get this out by like Wednesday or Thursday mornings. So you have all Thursday to build your lineups if you're doing Thursday game, and all weekend to look at it as well. Same thing with wide receivers. I mean, scroll over here, Seattle giving up a ton, Washington there. I forgot Terry McLaurin. We'll put him in there immediately. But Terry McLaurin will be in there. And, yeah, so, I mean, just a lot of information. You can see a lot of players who've at least 100 yards, except for, like, Cameron Batson, who's been coming along. So, yeah, that is there with the wide receivers. And then tight ends, pretty much the Jets are terrible. The good thing is, they're averaging a lot here, so could be in store for a great game for the Rams. And then you guys can check these out. I'm not going to go over them, but these are all the red zone stats. So any player in 2020 who has gone ahead and thrown a pass, had a rushing yard, or a reception in the red zone will be on this list. So, and you can sort these by completions, inside the 20, inside the 10, and you can go down, you can see who's all thrown in there. Same thing with rushes. You can see this is very helpful. Who gets the bulk in the red zone? Inside the 20, inside the 10, inside the 5. A ton of information for you guys. This helps out a ton. So as you can see, inside the 5, Cam has 21 rushing yards and 9 rushing touchdowns within the 5. Are those, 1 or 2 yards at a time on a QB sneak? Probably. The majority. But you can see, I mean, there's a ton of information here. Hopefully this helps you. And same thing with receptions. Who's getting the red zone receptions? Who is in line? Who is dominating? And who should you target when you're building your fantasy lineups, DFS-wise or season-long? You can find them all here on the matchup sheet, completely free this season. That being said, we'll just quickly glance at the rankings. These are all on the website as well, and down below in the description of this video, I will I'll link all of these here on the website. But just kind of looking at the rankings, kind of go through who we like, blah, blah, blah. You can find these rankings. So we go over the over-unders, team total, spread, money line, and the fantasy points. So if you can't read it, you can click this and open this up. Love Lamar against Jacksonville. Jacksonville ranks 29th against quarterbacks. That's throwing, and we know that Lamar can throw, but he also runs a ton. We saw on Monday night before he came out for his miraculous final, 60 seconds or something, he was having trouble running around. He was slipping a ton. As long as there's no weather concerns, Lamar could be in store for a good game. Mahomes, number 2, could be a shootout. I know they're number 3 against quarterback, but it's really hard to stop Mahomes. Number 3 is A-Rod against Carolina on Saturday. Russell Wilson against Washington. And Josh Allen against Denver as well on Saturday. So I'll just do the top 5 at each position. Otherwise, we will be here forever. If you guys want to see it, they will be down in the description of this video. So looking at that, we've got running backs here. We've got, 89 running backs ranked. Now, a lot of this is for season long, but you definitely could dumpster dive for GPP, for players down lower that you could see. But love Derrick Henry, number 1. Nick Chubb, number 2. Dalvin Cook, number 3. Aaron Jones, number 4. James Robinson, number 5 here. You can just kind of look down. Jonathan Taylor would be good against Houston, who can't really stop the run, who ranked dead last against the run. So just because these are the rankings doesn't mean we're only taking like the top 5. We will have exposure to a lot of these players. So definitely make sure to come back and check out the optimal lineups, the cheat sheets on the site as well. Looking at running or wide receivers, love Devontae Adams against Carolina. Tyreek Hill, number 2. Number 3 is Keenan Allen. Number 4 is DK Metcalf. Number 5 is Stephon Diggs, who's just absolutely been dominating since coming to the Bills. So we have, 132 wide receivers ranked here for you guys. So a lot of information to absorb, but hopefully it helps you make some great decisions when you're building your DFS or season-long lineups. Then we're looking at tight ends. Darren Waller leads the way in our NFL Week 15 tight end rankings as he and the Raiders host Justin Herbert and the Chargers for Thursday Night Football. I absolutely love Thursday Night Football here. Think this game could be a shootout. Think Darren Waller, specifically with Ruggs being out, one of the big targets missing for Carr, we could be looking at Waller having another great game. We have 55 tight ends ranked here. Obviously, this is before other ones are like coaches' decisions to sit and stuff like that. But I've got number 1, Darren Waller. Number 2, Travis Kelce. Number 3, Mark Andrews. Number 4, TJ Hawkinson. Hawkinson might go down the list a little bit if Stafford is out. Just the repertoire with any of the backup quarterbacks, and it's not really there. So he could be one on the move. I could see him flip-flopping with Hunter Henry, who we have at number 5, and Evan Ingram at number 6. Then we move to the defenses, guys. I absolutely love the Rams, who get to host Sam Darnold and the winless and hopeless New York Jets on Sunday afternoon. We've got the Rams going against the Jets. The Rams are a 16.5-point favorite, and a team total of 30.5 with an over-under of 44.5. So you can see even Vegas doesn't think the Jets are going to do much. The Rams are going to be super expensive. Pretty much, if you've taken a defense, for the most part, 99 out of 100 times this year, if you've taken a defense against, or 15 out of 16, whatever you want to say, against the Jets, they've pretty much had a career game, points, DFS points-wise, fantasy points-wise. So that is something I'm looking at. But the Rams, I love them there. Seahawks only because we might be seeing Dwayne Haskins here. Kind of monitoring, but I think that's pretty much who they're leaning towards. The Ravens against Gardner Minshew and the Jaguars. Number 4 is the Steelers against probably Brandon Allen and the Bengals. And then number 5 is the Titans at the Lions with the backup quarterback most likely going to be. Now, obviously, these rankings will and can change once we get throughout the week, after we get Friday practice in, and we sit here and see who's in, who's out injury-wise. So that is something we're going to monitor. If you guys have any questions at all, please let me know. Down below, leave us a comment. We'll try to answer it. Again, if this video gets 30 or more likes on Sunday morning, we will pin a FanDuel and DraftKings GPP lineup out there for you. And we'll answer questions all throughout the week. So hit us up on Twitter at advisors_team. hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/fantasyteamadvisors22. I'm going to try to answer everything I can for you guys. So we have a lot of contests going on. But again, guys, if you guys want to get a full year of content, all you have to do, email me right now. First 10 people. First come, first serve. support@fantasyteamadvisors.com. Put in the subject line, year pass for $99. We'll get you set up on the website, either with a new account or if you have an existing account, we will credit you after you pay with a year pass. 365 straight days of DFS content and season long. If we put any season long content out, it includes NFL, NBA, MMA, PGA, NASCAR. If we decide to bring that back, it just depends on how popular it is. And we're looking at possibly like college football next year, college basketball. It just depends. Not a lot of states can play. We do have sports betting as well. So if you guys click on FTA Plus, you can look at this. So the 5-day pass normally $9.99, a month pass $34. Now you could do the $9.99 for 5 days, and if you like it, then get the $99 year pass. But if 10 people have already claimed it, you won't be able to claim it. So it's up to you. You can get a $34.99 for a month. You can get $3.99 for the year. But if you email us, first 10 people can get it for $99. If you want to do sports betting for the week, $50 for the week, or $99 for a month. We do NFL, college football, MLB when it's there, NBA as well, even though the NBA is pretty much rigged. We do bets. They can range from prop bets to moneyline bets, over-unders, spread, stuff like that. So we'll bring everything we possibly can to you guys. So if this was at all helpful, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, go check us out on all our social media, and everything we just talked about will be linked in the description down below this video. Thank you guys for spending, 27 minutes with us. Hopefully you guys had success. And if you guys use our advice, use our lineups, and you have our logo, which I will make available to you guys if you put that in your Fanduel or DraftKings account, and you come in top 10 of a big money tournament, $1,000 or more, we'll give you a month full access to everything as well. And if you guys do like what we do, you can email me some of your winnings, or we do have a Discord channel, which I will put here. So with the Discord, I just opened it up. I just created it this week. So currently we have text channels. We'll have VIP channels as well. But I will put the Discord link also in the description of this video, and I'll pin it as well. So you guys can come out throughout the week and just ask questions, ask to see lineups, ask to if the lineups are good or anything like that. So just, I want to see if you can see it. So you can kind of see different sports. These are all from different subscribers who have used either our advice or have played using knowledge from fantasyteamadvisors.com. So we don't do a ton of soccer, but this person, $5 entered, $44 won. Can I go over? Nope. So we'll see. This person played $242, won $340, so that's return on investment there. 240. Oh, that's one I just had. Soccer here, $86 entry fee on DraftKings, won $398.98. Then we've got one here, college basketball, $79 entered, won $335, won $352, won $273, won $1,043, won $748, and won $29 on a $5 bet with college basketball. So if you guys want to get in the winning team, hit me up. Let's bring up some bacon, guys.